Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Everybody, happy Wednesday here on Main Street TV. It's Eric here filling in for Jen this morning, but no worries. Jen will be back tomorrow doing all of her Jen things. I am joined first and foremost this morning by Marty and Kathy from Victory Grange, and they're going to be talking to us about the Jackson Apple Festival, world famous apple butter. To start things off, we're going to wrap up with Pete Wilson news today, and we're going to have a young musician joining us midway through as well. So first and foremost, Marty, Kathy, thank you for taking the time to join us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. And not only do we have a lot of apple butter discussion to have, you've also got a pretty cool event coming up that you're looking for some help for as well.
Yes. Years ago, the Victory Grange probably had 100 members. And
Yeah.
we're running around 25 or 30 now.
Okay.
And in the old days, Rick Neal was telling me last night they used to make it at Berlin Crossroads.
Yeah.
And then bring it into the Apple Festival.
Yeah.
But our Grange Hall is on Pattonsville Road between 32 and 327.
Mm-hmm.
And we make it there one weekend in August usually. And that's what we bring in town to have some for sale on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And because of the lower numbers in the Grange, we ask for the public's help. It doesn't matter who you are or whatever. We'll go get the apples from Furman's Orchards down by Wheelersburg.
Yeah.
And usually we get a mix of John of Golds or Jonathan's. And we'll have those there Friday morning early. And about 7 o'clock we get set up. And we have the old crank peelers.
Yep.
And then we have two machines that do the coring. And one of them's hand lever and the other one's pneumatic.
Okay.
It's in the 21st century.
Okay. I was going to say a little more top of the line there.
Yeah. And so, but then after that, of course, we need probably 5 or 6 people to help with that. But the most labor intensive, and it's not hard labor, but we take those apples and take them in the other room and usually have anywhere from 20 to 30 people sitting there.
Yeah.
And they get in either one big circle or 2 or 3 little circles, and they have a bowl and a paring knife and any peeling that or seeds or anything that the coring machine or the peeling machine misses.
Yeah.
They clean that off.
Okay.
And so it takes a lot of hands to do that. It's
Yeah.
not real hard work. Just sit there and do that. And that's usually the peeling and all that starts about 7:30. The cleaning part starts about 9.
Okay.
And usually we're done by 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
We're going to do 35 bushels of apples.
All right.
That day.
Okay.
And then Saturday, we cook those apples. And
I think it's go time.
we have 3 kettles, one 75-gallon one, and that's the one we use at the Apple Festival.
Yep.
And then we have 2 40-gallon ones. So
Man.
that takes about 10 or 15 people just to do that.
I can
because,
imagine.
we take turns stirring. You have to stir from the time that we start the fire until we pull it off,
Yeah.
put it in the jars, but you have to stir it that whole time, but not one person has to stir it the
Okay.
whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. That's good. I told you before, my mom said I was good at stirring the pot. So it sounds like if you're anything like I am, be a perfect job for you. A lot. It sounds like the devil's really in the details with what you all do. I mean, it seems like a pretty intricate process, and it seems like something that would be a lot of fun to be a part of. How many volunteers are you looking for? Obviously, the more the merrier.
The
I'm
more the
sure.
merrier. If we can get 15 to 20,
Okay.
we'd be
That'd be
pretty happy
happy.
with the number of members that we have.
Yeah.
That would add to it nicely.
Yeah. Okay.
And it makes the more hands makes the work lighter, and,
Yeah.
and we get done quicker.
Yeah.
Like I said, we supply lunch for the people that's working.
Yeah.
And usually something homemade. Sometimes we go out and buy something from the local vendors. But
Yeah. Yeah.
it can be homemade stuff, so it's
But-
pretty good. We always eat well.
Yeah, I was gonna
while we're
say.
doing this.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Nonetheless, folks are taken care of. So that's incredible. And you mentioned you used to have over right around 100 members,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're down to around 25.
Mm-hmm.
Are you actively looking for members? And if so,
take
how do
members.
Okay.
Well, the Grange is a patriotic, Christian-based,
Okay. Okay.
agricultural-based group, and there used to be, I think Larry Johnson told me there were 11
Uh-huh.
in Jackson County, and as of right now, all that we know of is Limerick.
Yeah.
They do apple butter, and they do strawberry festival, and they do
Okay.
their bean dinner in the fall,
Yeah.
which we always go out and support them with that.
Yeah.
But and then the Victory Grange, and right now that's the only two we know of. I
Wow.
notice sometimes when we're driving the back roads, we'll see a building that looks like our hall, and
Yeah.
I'll think, was that a Grange? And then
Yeah.
you can see somewhere inscribed on it that it's a Grange.
Right. Wow.
But
There's a little history around here
yes.
with that as well, of course.
mhm.
Of course, apples in Jackson have the history. So let me ask this: if I'm going to the Apple Festival and I'm walking past the Memorial Building, that's you all out there with
That's
your big
us.
pot, right? So make sure you, if you see Kathy and Marty out there, give them a hello. I'm sure you guys would appreciate that, and hey, give them a hand stirring that
Mhm.
pot too. I'm sure you could use that.
Like I said, we're doing this on August 23rd and 24th.
Yep. Yep.
And then the Monday of the Apple Festival, which I believe is the 16th this year.
That's correct.
16th through the 21st.
Mhm.
We're meeting at the Grange Hall again, and same hours, usually 7 to 3.
Yeah.
But then we take those apples in town and we start cooking those at 7:30 Tuesday morning.
Okay.
And then we pull that off around, it depends on the weather and a lot of other things, but usually between 5 and 7 o'clock is, so we cook one pot
Yeah.
all day.
So
a lot of people say, how many pots do you make a day and all
Yeah,
that? And
yeah.
we just do the one.
yeah, I'd say the one takes you far enough.
Yeah,
anyway.
and we well, and that's the other thing. One reason we do this is to show the process of how things were done years ago.
Yeah.
And we had one gentleman. He was probably he was from out of town, and he was probably I'm going to say late 40s, and he asked me where we get ours.
Yeah.
And I said, get our what? And he said, where do you get your apple butter? He thought we just poured it into the pot, warmed it up,
yeah.
and then canned it. From
Yeah.
there. But no, we take it from apples, and do the process all the way through until we have the apple butter the way we like it
Apples.
and the way that our customers like it.
Uh-huh.
And do that. But we make it. We need the peelers and cleaners through Friday. Saturday we're using the apples that we do on Friday. or through Saturday, and but the apples that we work on Friday we cook on Saturday, so we don't need any peelers or cleaners at that time. But
Yeah.
if you want to stir, more the merrier there too.
There you go. So this is you folks are doing this the same way it's virtually always been done,
Yes,
essentially.
yes,
Anyway,
it's the old-fashioned way. They used to peel the apple
Sure, yeah.
by a knife the whole way, but we do have the manual cranks that really speeds the process up.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to work efficiently too, but it's still the old-fashioned apple butter, the way you like it. I gotta ask. You don't have to tell me what it is, but is there a secret ingredient? Is there anything that goes into this that maybe you're like,
Well-
oh, maybe you don't have to tell me, but I just need a yes or no. I gotta have a yes or well, will I see if I show up?
Well,
That's
yeah,
another
if
question.
you're working, you'll see it
Okay.
happen.
Okay. So is there a little maybe something or another that goes
I
into
think
this?
we do a couple of things a little differently
Okay.
than some processes,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things that we kind of are proud of.
Yeah.
The way that we're doing it the way that we used to.
Yeah.
And something I wanted to bring up: if any of the civic organizations
Yeah.
need some volunteer hours,
That's a great point.
the Kiwanis or Lions Club or any organization like that, if the
Yeah.
high school kids need some volunteer hours, or
Absolutely.
if college kids need some volunteer hours, they're welcome and can come help also.
Yeah.
And we're leaving Kathy out of this conversation.
Well, I was getting
Why don't
ready.
you tell a little bit about the cleaning process and the
I was
circle and
getting ready, Kathy. We got to hear from you. I got to hear what your favorite parts of this whole process and shebang are. So talk to us
I
here.
have to say the probably the funnest part of the whole shebang is meeting new friends.
Yeah.
And when us women get together in our circle or circles, we just talk about anything we want to talk about. And we just have a good time.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
try to make it fun so that you're not feeling like you're just being tortured all day.
Yeah.
Peeling apples.
Yeah. Peel
But
those apples.
the guys do a really good job now that they've got the peelers.
Yeah.
And, all you need is a bowl and a knife. And if you do not bring a bowl or a knife, we will gladly give you a bowl or a knife
Yeah.
to use.
Yep.
I like to bring a towel to lay on my lap because sometimes when we're throwing the apples to the container,
Uh-huh.
we miss.
Yeah. Right. Yep. It
So
happens.
it's either going to get on someone's shoe or sometimes you might hit them in the leg, but it's not hard. It doesn't hurt you.
Yeah.
And we also, we do have husbands and wives in our Grange, and we also have single people and we have young people. So,
Yeah.
People of any ages, we can use anyone to help us clean apples, and you don't have to be male or female.
Yeah.
We'll take either one.
Yeah.
The guys seem to think that, they can't help us peel
Yeah.
because that's what the guys are doing their thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes when the guys get done before us, which they do,
Uh-huh.
they'll come help us.
Yeah.
we flow back into the other
Yeah.
room.
Yeah. Two-way street.
Yes, it is.
A lot of cooperation. I love what you had to say about meeting new people. I'm a people person.
Yes.
So I love the idea and the concept that you can be a part of something that ties you to the Apple Festival. I mean, it ties you into the history of the
Yes.
Apple
Yes,
Festival
yes, it does.
and meet new people. And
Mhm.
what a cool
Yeah,
opportunity.
and to learn this process and to see it from start to finish.
Yeah.
And like you said, this is some of the fabric of our community.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, we had, I believe, 12 or 13 orchards in Jackson County at one time.
Right.
And now we don't have any, and that's why we go to Furman's down by Wheelersburg to get our apples.
Yeah.
It's a family-run thing, and it's passed down through a couple of generations now.
Yeah.
But I know there were several. Henry's had theirs, and I was trying to think. Almost thought of it anyway. The Richards brothers was
Yep,
the last one to go out.
Yep.
And I know they tried to keep it going, and some of the family members, but there's a lot of work to keeping an orchard
I can imagine.
at top performance.
Yeah.
So they just couldn't do it, and so we usually got apples from them. But as time went by, we started switching over to Furman's, and I think we've used Furman's now for about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And I talked to Paul the other day, and he said that they have a good mix of apples for us this year.
Okay.
Unbelievably, with the drought that we've had, he said,
yeah,
yeah,
it's been crazy.
And he said that they've gotten 2 or 3 good rains at peak times that just hit his place perfectly as far as the produce that he has. He's got peaches and vegetables and all kinds of stuff. So.
Some key ring, a farmer's prayer answered there.
Yeah.
We love it. Okay, so you're also coupling with local communities and local businesses out of Wheelersburg,
and we'll take people from Oak Hill, Wellston, anywhere in between.
Yeah,
it's a county thing, and so we just we'll take any of them. And like you said, the Grange will take new members. It's a good organization to be part of.
Yeah.
And like you said, they donate to several things around the county and help that. And so I did want to mention, I see on my notes here, the pints are going to be $6 and the quarts are going to be $9 this year.
All right.
At the Apple Festival.
Okay.
But one of the perks that you get for helping either next weekend or during the Apple Festival, we make it again like 2 or 3 weeks after the Apple Festival.
Yeah.
And that's just for the members and the people that volunteered.
Okay.
And you get a largely discounted price on, you have to bring your own jars.
Yeah.
But other than that, the apples and all the other stuff, all the secret ingredients
that's cool.
are given. So that's one of the perks for coming and helping, and along with what Kathy said about just meeting new friends and being social with everyone. And it's just good to see people from year to year and catch up with them and all that.
Yeah. And like I said, I love it. I'm a people person. Anything that can bring communities together and people together for good, I'm in. Let's talk about this, Marty and Kathy, and we'll let you go. What would I say? We know that you're looking for members. You can become a member. What would a member expect? If I'm going to become a member of the Grange, what would I expect my membership to be? What would that look like?
Well, I think it's $25.
Okay.
To join.
Relatively inexpensive.
But, if you are basically a good person and like to be involved with the group, there's a monthly meeting, 1 month or one meeting a month.
Okay.
On the first Tuesday of the month.
Okay.
Out at the Grange, and a lot of times at most meetings we're doing the distribution of the dollars and stuff, picking the organizations that we donate to.
Right.
And then we start in June, July, and August, of course, we start working on getting the apples and getting the supplies and stuff for the making the apple butter. But and then there's a Christmas party in December, so we can all get together and not have to work.
Yeah,
but we do socialize then and get the families together. And, and all that. But they, it's just a good organization to be part of, and
sounds like a lot of fellowship with a little bit of work in between.
Yes,
it sounds like what it is to me.
That's a lot of it.
I love that.
Sure.
Let me add one thing.
Please.
Bring your own chair at
Okay.
the Apple Festival.
Okay.
And this is, if you stay for the whole process, which most people don't, they help us clean our apples and leave. But this is an 8 or a 9 hour process if you stay through the whole thing to see how it's all done.
Yeah.
So
It's a work
most of
day.
us who are members stay that long every day.
Yeah, sure.
And also, we start out with a lot of volunteers, but as the week goes, they start dwindling
I'm
down.
sure they do.
So
Yep.
if we could, get people who would say, "Hey, I might be able to only help you 1 or 2 days,"
Mm-hmm.
but that would be great. We'll
Sure.
take that also.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't come the first of the week, but you can come toward the end of the week, that works out great too.
Yeah. Any help and all help. It sounds
Yep.
like you folks will take. I got Kathy, Marty. I got a little bit of an admission here. I got to mention. I got to get something off my chest here. I've been having a hard time with this for 32 years. Mom, Grandma, I have not tried apple butter at the Apple Festival. I promise I'll do it this year. I'll swing by. I'll even do a little taste test on camera. But hey,
Well,
I'm going to try some of this apple butter this year.
I always say if you know the Jolly Rancher cinnamon stick,
Uh-huh.
the little flat cinnamon stick,
Uh-huh.
that's what our apple butter tastes like.
Okay.
Really
Okay.
close.
Really close. Ooh. Okay. All right.
So
All righty. Well, I am going to give it a try. I'm going to swing by the Apple Festival. I'm going to say hello to you guys, and I'm going to try some of this apple butter this year. Marty, Kathy, thank you for taking your time. Anything else you want to touch on before you?
I think
Wrap up your
I was
morning.
looking at my notes here. I think that's pretty much it. The first dates are August 23rd and 24th, which is next
Friday,
Friday
Saturday.
and Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we'll meet again on the September 16th and at the Grange Hall. And then the rest of the week will be at the Apple Festival.
Okay.
And anytime we're there, we just, even if you're not going to make apple butter and you want to stop by and see the process, that's one of the best things to be there and show people the process
Sure.
that we have for it. So if you just are walking by, we'll definitely tell you
Yeah.
the process and get you interested in it.
All right. Well, like I said, I don't think there's much better you can be involved in. Help these folks out. Victory Granger, looking for some volunteers. August 23rd, August 24th. Stop out there, help out some good folks, meet some good folks, and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy, Marty, thank you so much. Have a great Apple Festival. I will be seeing you. I'll be trying some of this apple butter.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice
Thank
meeting you
We'll
this
look
morning.
forward to seeing
Yeah.
you.
I can't wait. All righty, and we're gonna get these folks out of here and on to their Apple Festival adventures here, and we're gonna welcome on musical guest John Wayne here for just a moment, and then we're gonna get on to Pete Wilson. So Marty, Kathy, thank you again, and y'all are free to
You're
go.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
And again, Victory Grange here talking to us first thing this morning. Apple Festival's around the corner. It's around the corner. I look forward to the Apple Festival every year. And I think everyone in Jackson does. I think it's kind of Disney in Jackson. It's like the happiest place on earth. It doesn't get any better than the Apple Festival, and just what a cool event they've got going on again that can kind of tie you in with the fabric of the tradition of the Apple Festival. Folks, you can make apple butter. You can do it. You can do it. You can step in and help out. So again, special thanks to those folks for doing what they do and organizing, these events and these these clubs and organizations to continue these traditions. Man, it's awesome, no doubt about it. We're going to be joined here in just a moment by musical guests John Wayne and his dad Clark. They're stopping by this morning, and then we've got news coming up with Pete Wilson here, and we're going to be talking about some of that. Thank you for taking the time to tune in this morning. It's a beautiful Wednesday here in Jackson on Main Street TV, and we're going to see what we can do about getting these guys in here in just a moment. But for right now, we got Apple Festival. We got a lot of Apple Festival to talk about. August 23rd, August 24th. These guys are going to be doing their thing with the community. They're welcoming you folks in to make apple butter, and you need to get there and help them out. There's some good folks. Great time. We need to work on getting these guys in here. I think that needs to be our next play, probably. I don't know if they know that they're welcome at this point, Corbin. We're going to get them in here, though. Uh-oh. We're looking for John Wayne, and we're looking for Clark at the moment. They've been They've been playing on several different stations this morning, from what I understand. Are they still in a studio by the sounds of it? Oh. Okay, cool. All right. Well, they're on their way. They're on their way. They'll be around here somewhere, boys and girls. All right. It's about that time. All right. Sit wherever you feel comfortable. All right. Boys and girls on Main Street TV this morning, we are joined by our musical guest, John Wayne, and his dad, Clark. Clark, thank you very much, sir. And John Wayne here, he's from Gallipolis. John Wayne Chambers, he's from Gallipolis, or lives in Gallipolis now, and he's doing his music thing in Southeast Ohio. He's headlining the Southern Rock Woodstock event this Saturday in Gallipolis. It's going to be an awesome time. We thank you for taking the time to join us this morning, man. And we're excited about what you got coming up in Gallipolis. So talk to us, man. Gallipolis, Southern Rock Woodstock this weekend. You're going to be playing. You're headlining the show. You pretty excited about that?
Yeah, I play the drums in the headlining band with all the Skinner guys.
Okay.
And I play my own show with all my songs in my band.
All right. And you're going to play for us this morning, man. What do you got for us this morning?
One of my originals called Schoolgirl.
All right. Let's hear it. John Wayne. All right. We're good.
Just a schoolgirl with dreams in her eyes and love in her heart. She had me smile. Just a schoolgirl with a world in her arms. Life in her hands, she had it all. Bye, baby, you're one of a kind. But I don't know what I've been told. You cry, baby, with your bedroom eyes. Your heart's so cold, so I've been told. Trying to be the whole world's fantasy, but what do you see? It's not all it's supposed to be. So follow your heart, you're holding your destiny. Just a schoolgirl with her world in her arms and life in her hands. She had it all. one of a kind. Well, I don't know what I've been told. You cry, cry, baby, with your bedroom eyes. Your heart's so cold, so I've been told. You're trying to be the whole world's fantasy. But one day you'll see it's not all it's supposed to be. So follow your heart, you're holding your destiny. Just a schoolgirl with her world in her arms. She had it all.
Wow. I wish I was that good at anything. Man, I'm pretty impressed, brother. That's awesome. Whoa, okay. Okay. I gotta ask you something because we gotta let the people know. I was told specifically I couldn't give your age until you played a song for us, man. Are we good to talk about how old you are now?
Yeah.
All right, man. Go ahead. Let the people know. How old are you currently, JW?
I'm 15.
15 years old. 15 years old. And he's capable of that. Yeah, I missed them. I missed whatever turn you took. I didn't at 15. That's incredible, man. What got you into music? Like, I mean, that's insane. That's remarkable.
My dad's always done music. He's a piano player.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
played his whole life. And
All
he
right.
started doing the concerts he'd been doing since I was little.
Yeah.
And I started playing the drums. Eventually, I learned all the Skynyrd stuff.
Yeah.
And eventually took over for the drummer.
Dude, that's crazy. So Skinner came from dad. I mean, did that kind of that taste for music come from dad? Is that kind of what
Yeah.
dad was into and stuff?
Yeah.
All right, man. I dig it. And you picked up drums, you learned drums, and then you just everything else figured itself out.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How long you been doing music?
I've been doing music since I was 9. That was the first time I played the drums on the stage in front of 5,000 people.
Wow. Wow. You got your dad standing on here. Of course, Clark, Clark, I'm assuming you're a pretty proud dad, man. That's awesome. And I love that it's kind of, passing down, the family thing, music being a family thing. It's sports in our house. I know what that means. So it's awesome, man. What, let me ask you this, because it looks like you're also doing some pretty good work as well. You're doing some work with Homeless Warriors. You're raising charity money for thousands of homeless veterans. Talk to me. How'd you get into that type of work as well?
With the concert, that's the Homeless Warriors charity that they help run it.
Okay.
And with the cost of the concert and with the charity, we raise money from the concert.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, do you have another piece for us? Are you leaving us on one note today, man? That was
Gotta
incredible.
leave you on a high one.
You're going to leave me on another one. All right. We got another one. What's this one called?
Leave you on a high note.
Oh, you're leaving me on
Yeah,
that one. Okay. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for taking the time to join us. Southern Rock Woodstock coming out this weekend in Gallipolis. What time's that event? 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Okay. So you'll be going on roughly 2 p.m. Okay. All right. Okay. So you guys can get on out. That'll be in the Gallipolis City Park on Saturday. Gallia County Fairgrounds. Okay. Gallia County Fairgrounds. I apologize. This Saturday, and you can catch John Wayne and the whole crew, man, out there this weekend. You'll be playing the drums. What's your favorite instrument? I gotta ask.
I love the drums. I love the guitar. Depends what genre, really.
Okay. Does it genre, mood, that type of thing?
Yeah, if it's Skynyrd, it's drums.
Okay. I love it, man. I love it. It looks like you got a passion for music, and I appreciate your passion. Thanks for taking the time to stop in here. And 15 years old, man. Best of luck to you on everything music-wise that you do. I'm wishing you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Awesome. John Wayne, everybody. Appreciate you taking the time. That was incredible. I'm going to give you a round of applause, man. You're welcome to exit however you'd like, man. Thank you so much for taking the time. Again, this Saturday, he's going to be at Southern Rock Woodstock, Gallia County Fairgrounds, and he's going to be doing his thing. That was remarkable. I mean, front row seat to that, and I can only imagine what he's capable of on the drums as well. 15 years old. I wasn't that good at anything at 15. I was that good at not being good at things at 15. That's about it. That's pretty remarkable, man. And just a Southern Ohio boy from Maryland, living here now, doing his thing, man. And we love everything about it. We got Pete Wilson heading in here to talk news with us here in just a few moments, and we're looking forward to that as well. Catching you up on your midweek news, doing Pete Wilson things, running the Telegram, doing what he does there. He's going to be in on a busy Wednesday morning to give us our midweek news, and we're going to be chit-chatting with him and talking about those things as well. Southern Rock Woodstock this weekend, Gallia County Fairgrounds. You're definitely not going to want to miss this. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't entirely sure what I was getting myself into this morning. But wow. Pretty remarkable work. And like I said, I can only imagine what that's going to be like in that atmosphere, in that setting this weekend. Down in Gallipolis should be a great time. Pete Wilson's making his way over to the Main Street TV studio. He's going to join us here in just a moment. Big thanks to our friends Marty and Kathy as well for taking the time to hop in here this morning from Victory Grange and talk to us about what they've got going on. We appreciated their time. They've got a really cool event coming up this weekend, or not this weekend, next weekend, August 23rd and 24th at the Victory Grange. They're going to be making the world famous apple butter for Tuesday of the Apple Festival. They're asking for volunteers. They're looking for volunteers, and they're looking for folks to be a part of that event and to help out. They need all the hands they can get. So, again, we appreciate their time, but be sure to swing on over there. Again, that's August 23rd and 24th. They're going to be looking for volunteers to help with their apple butter, the world-famous Jackson County apple butter that I've yet to try. But I'm going to try it this year. This is the year. I promised Marty and Kathy I would. It's got to happen. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try it out here. Really looking forward to that opportunity. They were really nice folks, and should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun. And then, of course, John Wayne, American Dream, doing the music thing. We can do weather. Happy to do some weather. Take a look at the weather real quick. Yeah. Taking a look at our Wednesday weather here. Oh, we love to see it. Little rainy this weekend, but for today, 87, few clouds in the sky. Tomorrow, similar weather. Friday, Saturday, chance of storms. Likely storms, I should say. 70% is pretty likely. And then Sunday, Monday, that falls off. Still a possibility. And then Tuesday, you could expect beautiful weather again as we head into the first week for high school football and local sports here kicking off again. Should be an exciting time then, but needing some of that rain that's headed this weekend. We could use a little bit of that. I thought the last couple of nights that we might be seeing some more rain, but unfortunately haven't gotten any more. Definitely looking forward to some of the rain that we'll be getting the next few days here. Summer is coming and going, boys and girls. Summer's coming and summer's going. Kids are heading back to school. High school sports, junior high sports, youth sports starting back up. Busy parents, busy children. A week from Friday, high school football returns to the 740. Total Media Sports has you covered on all high school football in the area this week. I mean, all of it. All high school football. We got you covered. And now, 126 games we are covering this season on Total Media Sports. You're not going to want to miss that. You're not going to want to miss that. You're going to want to be a part of all that action. But before we get there, we got news action as we're joined by the legendary Telegram man, Pete Wilson.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us this morning,
Hello,
sir.
Eric. I tell you, we are so lucky that you can sit in for Jennifer when necessary.
I'm
You know,
always
I've-
happy to.
I've listened. You've done a good job. Your enthusiasm is
It's-
wonderful.
Well,
It's exhilarating, actually. I
it's-
like that.
it's a lot of fun. So thank you. I appreciate it. Happy Wednesday to you, sir. What do you have for us this morning in the news world?
Okay, well, it's a potpourri, as it always is.
Yeah.
We will start off with a bulletin that we just received from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
There is a motor vehicle accident that has closed the road at State Route 32, just on the outside of town,
Mhm.
westbound lanes at the 93 exit. So locals know where we're talking about,
Yeah.
just outside town at the 93 exit on 32. It is closed at this time due to a motor vehicle accident.
Okay.
We don't have any details on that, but apparently, if you're heading on 32, you might want to work your way around because right there where the exit is, the
Yeah.
road is closed.
Yeah.
Many different ways in and out of Jackson, but you want
Mhm.
to maybe avoid that area for the time being.
Yep.
Of course, we will let you know about the situation on when that road may reopen,
Mhm.
and also what's going on as far as the crash.
Yep. Hope everyone's okay.
All right. And of course, speaking of traffic,
Yeah.
there's more of it out there today because we have 2 school districts that are open today. First
Yeah.
day of school for the Jackson City School District and the Vinton County Local School District.
Yep. School zones back open.
Right. And the kids in the Wellston City School District, the Oak Hill Union Local School District, Buckeye Hills Career Center, and
Yeah.
CLA, they're still on summer vacation for just a little while.
Yep.
But Jackson and Vinton County getting the jump today. I know the Highway Patrol folks were here on Main Street TV not too long ago. Just keep in mind there's going to be more traffic, especially preschool and after school. When the schools let out, the buses will be out there.
Sure.
Remember, buses are stopping and starting all the time, picking up kids, letting off kids. And when that bus is stopped and you see those flashing lights, you have to stop too. You don't
Absolutely.
even go around, you stop. That
Yep.
is a state law.
Mhm.
Also, of course, more traffic overall as parents and kids drive to school, more kids out walking. So just be cautious,
Yeah.
especially in
Yeah.
these school zones. Once again, Jackson and Vinton County local schools, first day of school today.
All right.
All right. I know you were talking about sports and all the football. Well, this is kind of a sports athletic related story that is a positive one.
Yeah.
On Monday evening, the Wellston City School District, the officialdom, and the rank and file celebrated the opening of their new fitness facility at Wellston High School. And Corbin, I think we have several pictures to show of that. Our Jeremiah Shaver was up there. This is the ribbon cutting that took place. This was prior to their regular school board meeting. And of course, school will be starting in Wellston next week
Mhm.
as well. But that's Terry Gill, who is cutting the ribbon there. To his right, 2 persons over, is Roger Rader with the big W on his T-shirt.
Yeah.
He got to cut the other ribbon. One was yellow, one was gold, and one was blue for obvious reasons.
Sure.
The
Sure.
Golden Rocket colors. But this facility was kind of a long time coming. It was mainly constructed with federal funds, so that's good. And
Yeah.
not a lot of local money had to go into this. But
Right.
this facility, Brian, there's a look of what it looks like from the outside.
Mhm.
That is on the Wellston High School campus, behind the high school building, and next to the track and field and the stadium facility there. But it is a $1.5 million project,
Wow.
and it has a 1,870 square foot weight room, a 335 square foot concession area, women's restroom, men's restrooms, and a family restroom, also some storage space. And that is some of the students there taking a look at the weight room equipment there.
Yeah.
So I've not been there. I've seen it under construction though, and I know that the Wellston school officials and all the school population, the district, the coaches will be very happy with that facility.
Yeah.
Now, One thing that Terry Gill, who is the school board president, he's been on the school board for a long time. There is the concession area
Okay.
right outside the building there. You know, for we football fans, and especially the football fans who are Rocket fans,
Yeah.
of course, the Rockets have been playing at C.H. Jones Field downtown forever, right there off South Pennsylvania Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there is a vision that the stadium up there, where that is now a track and field facility, could turn into a football field at one day.
Wow.
Now, the big deal, the problem is, you know what? It's money.
It's all money from
money
here.
to build it. And so Terry Gill made a statement during the ribbon cutting ceremony. We're not giving up on that. You know,
Yeah.
there's not a football field up there. You know, we don't know when or if there will be, but we're not giving up on it. We want a football field on campus.
Yeah.
And so that is still the goal
Still
for
a
the
vision.
Wellston City School District. And there was a tangible symbol of that goal, of that objective. When they made the track and field stadium there, they put up goalposts. So
Okay.
so I don't think they put them up for show.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
a
so.
message that we want to
Yeah.
convert this into a football stadium as well.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, they can do track and field and soccer up there.
Yeah.
But they hope to do football someday.
Yeah.
But the fundraising, the local fundraising, grants, donors, you know, all that may come into the picture as far as that happening
Hope so.
someday.
But
that is a wish. All right. One of the big stories we had in the paper, Eric, it was kind of a two article front page story
Yeah.
that is in Wednesday's edition of the Telegram, and this comes from Vinton County. Big issue up in Vinton County is kind of like a disagreement among the public officials over the Convention and Visitors Bureau, known by the acronym CVB.
Yeah.
And right now, the CVB is down to 3 members. There's 7 members on their board. They do not have an executive director. There was I guess, concern by the Vinton County commissioners about the current CVB and what they would like to do. And this information comes through the Vinton County prosecutor. He called me at the Telegram to get this out. They feel that there are problems with the current CVB. Some things just haven't been done right. They're talking about mainly financial accounting, nothing criminal or whatever.
Sure.
But they feel they kind of need to start all over with a new board. So they have asked the board members of the CVB to resign, and then they'll appoint new ones, and
Yeah.
they'll go on. Well, 3 of the 7 will not resign. They don't feel that, you know, anything's been done wrong. They've
Yeah.
already worked hard
Yeah.
for tourism in Vinton County, and they're
Sure.
not stepping down. So the 2-part story, to make a long story short, and it is a long story,
Yeah.
both of them, you know, trying to be fair and get all the details out there.
Sure.
The
Sure.
prosecutor explained the county side, the commissioner's side in one story, and the other story was an interview with one of those 3 CV board members who has
Okay.
not resigned.
Wow.
And so all that in Wednesday's edition of the Telegram, print and, of course, online as well. So
Be sure to check that out.
yeah, especially if you're in Vinton County. And you got to realize tourism is important everywhere, but there has been a push in Vinton County now the last 5 years or so
Yeah.
to try to take advantage of tourism. There's not a big industrial base in Vinton County,
Right.
but it's a nice outdoor area, and it
Mhm.
sits right next door to the main tourist attraction in the state of Ohio, and that is the Hocking Hills
Right.
State Park.
Yeah.
And so, especially in the northern part of Vinton County, they see some potential for economic development by bringing in tourism. They have a $2.8 million grant that the CVB got several years ago for 2 projects related to tourism. One of them is the restoration, the renovation of the Hotel MacArthur in
Mhm.
downtown MacArthur, to turn that into it's not a big hotel, but to reopen the hotel, fix it back up, restore a lot of the historical elements, and then have a really nice hotel in town
Sure.
for some of these tourists that might want to come.
Yeah.
You know, if you have nice places to stay, that helps in drawing
Absolutely.
people, not just your outdoor attractions.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
the Hotel MacArthur is one project, and the other is called the MacArthur Historic Brickyard Project, and that is a former brickyard south of MacArthur where they want to build some facilities, recreational trails, and other things like that. That
Yeah.
would be another outdoor attraction for Vinton County and just south of MacArthur. And so the current commissioners and the prosecutor are concerned that with the issues that they feel there are with the CVB, that this grant that they have to fund these projects is in jeopardy
Right.
because, they feel that there's just operational issues.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
whatever side you want to land on, we tried to stake it out
Yeah.
what the positions are on both sides.
Okay.
So that goes on. Okay, here in Jackson, not a lot of news for me to report, but I'm reporting what we can and what we know
Sure.
in the Jackson area YMCA.
Yeah.
Of course, there was some restricted and even closures in the last several days. Things going on at the Y, some problems, some issues they're working through. A lot of information has not been released. The board, I can say this, is working behind the scenes to try to address some of the issues. In the meantime, the Y is open now.
Okay.
If you are a member of the Y or a member of the public, they have the regular open hours.
Right.
Most or all the programs are also operating. There's a lot that goes on at the Y. Over the weekend, there was some cessation of some of these things, and you couldn't get into the Y unless you had your 24-hour access
Right.
card or whatever.
Yep.
But the Y is back open and operating, but behind the scenes, the board is working with the YMCA of the USA to work through some issues and problems so the Y can get back on a solid footing.
Okay.
Obviously, that leads open a lot of questions on what the problem is and how they're going to fix it, and we'll be following that and monitoring that and try to report as much as we can and still be responsible. But the
Sure.
bottom line is the board is working on these problems and the Y is open.
Good. Good.
All right. Okay, we go back to the city of Wellston. Instead of the school, it's the city of Wellston. Wellston has a new member of city council. She is Karen Bach.
Okay.
And it's kind of coincidental. We were talking about the schools. Karen Bach is the former superintendent of the Wellston City Schools.
Right.
Well, now she is in administration with the Gallia Vinton Educational Service Center.
Okay.
But not too long ago, an opening came up on Wellston City Council for the Second Ward. Karen Bach was one of two residents of the Second Ward who came forward and held up their hand and said, "I'm willing to serve on City Council." At the last Wellston City Council meeting, council chose her to be the new council member.
Okay.
This past Thursday, in between last council meeting and the council meeting that will happen this Thursday, Karen Bach came into the Wellston City office and she was sworn in as the new councilman. That is Mayor Anthony Brenner on the left, swearing in Karen Bach. That made it official. She is
Yeah.
a card-carrying member of the Wellston City Council, sworn into office. And when the council meets again this Thursday,
Yeah.
she will be a voting member. And some
Okay.
different things going on in Wellston that are important. They've had a lot of infrastructure projects. One of the issues that they are going to address is probably the proposed Dora area
Yeah.
in downtown Wellston,
Right.
designated outdoor recreation area.
Mhm.
That's been much discussed. We've been reported in the paper, and it's been a topic of social media. There could be a vote on that at
Okay.
this Thursday's meeting of Wellston City
All right.
Council. All right. Speaking of facilities, we will go now to Vinton County and cover a issue that came up at the last Vinton County Commissioners meeting. Rhoda Toon Price is her name. She is the executive director of the Vinton County Senior Citizen Center.
Mhm.
The Vinton County Senior Citizen Center operates out of the Vinton County Community Building, which is a public building on the north end of MacArthur.
Mhm.
They share that building with the Vinton County Elections Board, and there's some other functions that go on in there. There's a lot of community events in the evening and on the weekends
Sure.
and like that. Well, Rhoda Toon Price went to the commissioners meeting last week. Red Thompson Jr., who covers a lot of things for us, including our Vinton County news, was there at that meeting. And Rhoda Toon Price expressed concern about space and the appropriateness of the facilities there. She feels it's too cramped for the seniors.
Yeah.
There's not enough parking spaces.
Right.
And she thinks that the long-term solution, and she's asking the commissioners to address it, is to build a new center somewhere.
Okay.
Well, of course, just like football stadiums, those things take money, grants, etc.
Sure.
Commissioners are going to ask their development director to look into possible grants. Other solutions that they may have, they have already going to address the parking issue in some way. They're going to try to divide up the lots a little bit so it works out a little bit better on the parking side. Also, the Vinton County EMS at some point, this is not happening now, but will happen in the next year or so.
Mhm.
They're going to move from a building, from their current building north of MacArthur on State Route 93 to the former County Highway Garage building in MacArthur that is currently vacated. That building is larger than the, and by the way, up there on the picture, that is Rhoda Toon Price on the left, if
Okay.
you've never met her or seen her. And seated at the table was one of the commissioners, William Wellman, who was listening to what Rhoda had to say. But anyway, that County Highway Garage in MacArthur is currently empty because the County Highway Garage moved to a different facility near Dundas.
Right.
So the EMS building is not as big as the Highway Garage building, so they're going to move the EMS to the County Highway Garage. So one of the commissioners said, well, how about if we move the senior citizens to the EMS building? It's a little larger,
Yeah.
and they would have their own building.
Yeah.
And Rhoda Toon Price thought, that might be an improvement, but she thinks what is really needed is a new building totally. So
Yeah.
This is an issue and a situation, I'm sure that will continue to be
Definitely
discussed.
ongoing.
Okay, if you were driving on Portsmouth Street in Jackson on Monday, you saw quite a sight. There was a huge crane
Yes.
that was outside of the Christ Church's Family Life Center. And what was going on there was they had to put on some new HVAC units on the roof of the Family Life Center. And there's a picture. You can see what that looked like.
Yeah.
That crane going high over the building there, lifting that huge HVAC unit onto the top of the Family Life Center. And so that went on Monday, a major improvement and expense for the Family Life Center. I can remember when that was built, but time flies, and it was time to change out those two
Yep.
big HVAC units. So
Yep.
that was a scene that a lot of people saw on Monday in Jackson. And congratulations to the church as they improved their facilities.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yesterday, Eric, we'll be reporting on this later with some of the details, but it's worth mentioning that this is news that's coming. There was a big meeting yesterday evening in the village of Zaleski. That's northern Vinton County on the
Yeah.
road to Lake Hope, just a tiny little town. But they got a multi-million-dollar grant from the Appalachian Community Grants Program to make some improvements that should generate economic development and tourism. Remember, Zaleski is near Lake Hope,
Yeah.
and Lake Hope draws 1 million visitors a year. But in the village of Zaleski, they don't even have a convenience store / gas station.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the grant supposedly will be used to improve the park there that is existing at Zaleski and make connections to the famous Moonville Rail Trail,
Oh.
which is nearby and goes out to the supposedly haunted Moonville Tunnel.
Yeah.
So they see this as a way to spur development, bring visitors to Zaleski. And so last night, the mayor held kind of like a public information meeting for the public officials and the public to come in and say, hey, how should we spend this money to try to help the village? We want
Right.
your input. Red Thompson sat through that meeting, and he will be reporting on that. So
Oh,
we want to
looking
let you
forward
know
to that.
that was in the hopper.
Yeah.
A couple other things we want to tell you about. The State Highway Patrol here in Jackson has announced that there will be an OVI checkpoint later in the week.
Okay.
Now, by law, they need to do this notice, but they do not tell you immediately where the checkpoint is going to be and
Sure.
what day the checkpoint is going to be.
Yeah.
But they are warning you that it's happening. Of
Yeah.
course, the OVI checkpoints are where it's going to be at some busy place on the
Mhm.
highway. You can almost rest assured of that here in the local area.
Yep.
They can they can pull over cars, motorists, and just make a routine check for OVI. They
Yeah.
don't have to have a reason to pull you over.
Right.
They're telling you in advance that it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they release more information about when and where that will be, and it's going to be general, it's not going to be specific, I'll warn you ahead of time,
Yeah.
we will let you know that. But they
Yeah.
have let us know that much.
Okay.
Okay, this is the second day, Eric, that the Jackson Hillcrest Pool, even though the kids are back in school, the city of Jackson and Hillcrest Pool made arrangements to actually have our city municipal pool open for extended season to serve adults and others in the community that want to take advantage of the pool, even though school is on.
That's interesting.
So it is open, reduced hours, but on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, it's open 4 to 5 p.m. for a lap swim, and then 5 to 8 p.m. for an open swim. So it's still hot. There's
Yeah.
lots of time. Very cheap, $1.
Oh,
$1
man.
to go
Yeah.
to the pool
Yeah.
for any of those sessions. And on
Okay.
Saturdays and Sundays, they also have hours 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. for the lap swim, 12 to 5 p.m. for the open swim. This isn't just for adults, it's for kids.
Yeah.
But obviously, the kids are more busy with school. They're in activities. You
Sure.
don't get that attendance that you did during the summer when school was out.
Yeah.
Want to remind you, we've talked about this on Main Street TV. The Jackson County Health Department will have its second weekly session at the Grace Clinic location in Wellston. This is where they offer a variety of basic health screenings
Okay.
that are available to the public. This is a convenience, especially to people in Wellston and the Wellston area.
Right.
This is the same things they do at the main health department office in Jackson,
Uh-huh.
and that goes all day today from 8 a.m. until let me make sure of my time here. It goes today from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m.
Okay.
And that is every Wednesday. It wasn't just a 1 week thing, and that is at the Grace Clinic location, 22 South Ohio Avenue in Wellston.
Okay.
And that does not affect in any way what Grace Clinic does, providing basic health services to uninsured people on Tuesday evenings, every Tuesday evenings. The health department is just using the Grace Clinic location.
Okay.
And
Excellent.
I know you're a sports guy, and I know we like to talk a lot about football, but there's
Yeah.
other sports too.
Yeah.
How about Coach Kevin Bowman's Jackson golf team, undefeated in FAC action so far, 15-0.
It's crazy.
So they are doing great.
remarkable.
Veteran Coach Kevin Bowman and the girls under Coach Kelly Wilson are
Yep.
10-0 in
Yeah.
FOC play.
Yeah.
So,
Unreal.
So
Future golfers.
the golfers are doing great so far.
Yeah.
And even though a lot of the fall sports has not started yet, our sports staff, led by sports editor Todd Compton and writer Brock Netter and Red Thompson helps with sports too. They're already working on our sports previews.
There
We
go.
do two of them, Eric.
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
a football preview that will be out a week from Wednesday. That will be, I believe, that would be 19th. That would be the 21st.
Yep. Yep.
And then on the 24th, the following Saturday, we'll have a fall sports previews. Not very many newspapers
Yeah.
do previews just on fall sports other than football. But
Yep.
we do that because those kids and those coaches deserve attention as well. And we're working on that right now.
We still have the clips from 15 years ago when we had our fall preview. So those things go a really long way. I want you to know
Right,
that.
they have a very good shelf life. It's
They
a
do.
good introduction into the sports season, and
They do.
in our small communities, the sports teams really bring the communities together.
Yep. Fun time of year in the fall here. Mr. Wilson, thank you so much for taking the time, filling us in on all the news.
Right, and thank you, Eric, for filling in for Jennifer.
Always happy
It's
to.
a very good thing that you're doing.
Always happy to. Thanks again. Thank you for tuning in on this wonderful Wednesday episode of Main Street TV. Jennifer will be back tomorrow, so don't you worry too much. She'll be back doing what she does. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow morning right here at 9 a.m. Take care.